Finally, you've arrived. I thought I made it clear in the note I sent you that you should be prompt in getting here. I don't have endless time to sit around and wait for you. Although, you're only a human, I suppose. I shouldn't expect too much for any of your kind. Come in, and make sure you wipe your feet off on the doormat. If you trek mud through my house, you're the one who will be cleaning it up. Follow me. I'll show you to the library. Oh, you were surprised when you got my message? As you should have been. I made it perfectly clear that letting you see my library was by no means guaranteed. In fact, for a long time, I was entirely convinced that I wasn't going to let you in. Telling you about this place was initially more of a taunt than anything else. I didn't really have any intention of letting you in here. But I have since reconsidered. Obviously. I've been watching you very closely, as you know, and I have taken note of the way you behave in my territory and around my people. There's a genuine curiosity within you, as well as a respect for vampires and our way of life that I rarely see in humans. And like I said before, no one is reading any of these books. I trust that you'll appreciate them the way they deserve. Here, it's just through this door. Well, here it is. My own private library. What do you think? It's quite extensive. The collection has been curated over many generations of the Aurelius family. Obviously, they take up a lot of space. There are shelf ladders you can use to reach the top shelves if you need. Though you should be warned, everything is probably quite dusty. I'm not sure when this room was last cleaned. No, I don't come in here often. In fact, I keep this room locked, almost permanently. Being surrounded by these books doesn't bring back too many pleasant memories. Recommendations? I suppose I can give you a few suggestions, since you obviously have no idea where to start. What are you interested in studying first? The history of my species? The politics of all the clans in this area? I also have a complete record of all the ridiculous rumors humans have spread regarding vampire etiquette and culture, and why each and every single one of them is entirely idiotic. That was always one of my favorites as a child. Oh, you would like to learn about my clan? Well, all right, if that's what you want. Ah, Here, a full documented history of Clan Aurelius. Of course, it doesn't contain any information that could be potentially compromising. So don't bother snooping for the details of my personal life in there. You won't find anything. It's more just a record of the origins of the clan, how my family came to lead it, and so on. It's probably the best place for you to start, since it's relatively simple. Some of the works in here are so complex, I have no doubt they'd melt your little human brain right to mush. Yeah, sit anywhere. Whichever armchair or couch takes your fancy. Me? No, I won't be reading any of this. As I said before, I already have all the information in this library memorized. Most of my preparation to become clan leader came in the form of reading these books. I spent most of my childhood locked up in the library at my old family home. I have no need to read any of these again. Though, I obviously won't be leaving you alone in here. Every single book in here is incredibly valuable. I don't trust you not to try something idiotic. I will be staying. There is some paperwork I must attend to anyway, so try not to be too much of a disturbance. I suppose if you have any questions, you can ask me. But try to keep them to a minimum. I don't want to be pestered. Is there already something you need from me? Oh. So you've reached the page with the family tree, huh? No human has ever laid eyes on that information. You should consider yourself incredibly fortunate. Yes, I had a feeling you'd find it fascinating. No doubt there are a few names you recognize on it. Yes, that's correct. I am descended from quite a well-known historical figure. Although, I suppose descended is a bit too far removed of a term. He was only a couple of generations before me. According to my parents, my name is a nod in his direction. Quite clever, don't you think? Well, I did tell you that my family is an old one, did I not? What exactly were you expecting? There's even more. Here. You see there? You should know that name as well, if you know any of Eastern European history. And this one, though I suppose she's a little bit more obscure, her name was more well known in the world of Gothic poetry than anywhere else. Yes, us vampires have always been quite adept at hiding ourselves within human society. You'd never be able to guess the number of big names in the human world that actually weren't human. Although, there do seem to be less and less with each generation that passes. No doubt it's because it's becoming more common for vampires to mate with humans. When that happens, the chances of any offspring being vampiric are considerably low. As you can see, the numbers have dwindled, right up until my name appears. That's correct. I am the only one left of my family. There is no one else. I am all that is left to continue on this family's lineage. I do not have any siblings, and obviously I don't have any children of my own. Right now, there is no other vampire alive to bear the name Aurelius. You think that's lonely? Well, maybe it is lonely. I don't think I really know. In truth, I have never really understood what it means to be lonely. Since being alone is all I have ever experienced, I cannot realistically picture what an alternative would be like. Don't give me that sad look, human. I'm not saying this out of self-pity. I have never had any need for companionship. When I was a child, all my time went to preparing myself for the day I'd become the leader of Clan Aurelius. And now that I've taken up that title, I am perfectly capable of watching over my people from a distance. They do not need me to be social. No, I don't think I want more. I've lived this way for hundreds of years by now, and I am perfectly content to remain as such for the rest of my life. In fact, I prefer to be alone. I think sharing my time with others would just require an excessive amount of unnecessary effort. Besides, it's not as if I'm the easiest person to be around. I may be old, but I am not oblivious human. I am aware of the way I act around others. It's never been easy for me to form personal connections. So, I find myself reverting to hostility as my default. Which, understandably, drives nearly everyone away. You? What about you? Oh, so you think the fact that I've been spending time with you makes you different, That's just the human mind. So self-centered. Let me ask you a question now, little human. Do you want to be special to me? No one else dares to approach me. Not even my own subordinates, who work under me day and night. And yet, here you are, sitting in my home, questioning me without any fear at all. As if you have a goal. So tell me, Little human, what do you see in me? So naive. I tell you time and time again that you should be wary of me and of all vampires, and yet you still have it in you to give me an answer like that? Your sense of compassion is so sickeningly human. And yet, somehow, I don't even have it in me to despise you for it. You say you want to mean something to me, that you want to be special to me. What I don't think you understand, though, is that you're already... No. No. No, I can't. Forget I said anything. I have to go. I'm fine, human. I just can't. Not right now. You can let yourself out. The front door isn't locked. Yes, spend as much time as you want in here. Don't bother trying anything funny. I'm still keeping an eye on you. I'm sorry. No, I suppose you wouldn't understand. Just forget it. All right? I doubt we'll see each other again. Goodbye, human. I see you're still hanging around. Well, you might as well subscribe to this channel if you're going to be so persistent. You can make sure you don't miss any upcoming releases if you do. We also have a Patreon, so if you're an adult and interested in that kind of content, you can take a look at it at patreon.com/Anagome. You can also request a commission at anagome.com/commissions. That's a good way to get audios of rare characters, or even Anagome original characters like me. Whatever you want, we can make it happen. Well, I have nothing more to say to you. Stay out of trouble if you can. I really don't have the energy to clean up after you.